All right, that's right. It's just about time to get into cash, the final map of the best of 5 that is the grand final here at the Intel Extreme Masters in Oakland. I'm here with Dylan and Joe on the floor, and we got just a little bit of a challenge for them. They're going to be given the platform to convince you, the audience, you, the fans, which team to root for. So, do we start with NiP or FaZe? NiP. Let's just start with NiP. There we go.
Okay, first of all, it's FaZe. They're just dollar signs. You know, they spend so much money on every single player. The one original person from that team is Rain. That's the only one original FaZe member on that team. Everybody else bought out in the last year.
Wow. All right. Well, the fire has been spit from the NiP side. Let's go ahead and check in with FaZe. Let's hear what you got to say, big guy.
All right. Listen, my friend, I can tell you this. Old age and treachery will overcome youth and skill, but hey, we got the skills. Oh, yeah. We got Kerrigan. We've got Guardian, Olaf, Meister, Rain, Nico. I mean, what else do I have to say? But look, you guys put on a great show here, but we're going to win.
Well, there it is. Let's get some noise in the house of the night. I think the fire has been brought here. We know why the fans want these teams to win, but what it's all about is the players to win. And with that being said, let's head it back to the Xfinity Analyst Desk to find out just how that's going to happen on Cash.
The GoDaddy post-match breakdown.
I don't know. I mean, I'm convinced. I like that a lot. Great stuff there from Stunner. Fantastic to see the fans getting behind their favorite sides.
Some wisdom right there, Alex.
Wisdom.
Get that man on the dance.
I'm telling you,
Old age and treachery.
Oh, it's deep. It's too deep for me. And you know what? This series has run deep as well. We're going to 5. It does not happen often, gents. And we get it here at IEM Oakland 2017. A full 5 map.
You love to see it.
Treat. It's going to be good.
Let's
jump into Overpass, though, guys. We have to understand just how dominant that was from FaZe. I mean, this was where we kind of set the scene like, oh, maybe it's time for NiP to win FaZe's map pick, but no, the trend continues, Chad.
This is where you actually, this is where I actually wish to have like the audience here so that everyone could just raise their phones and with a picture of Rain, because that's basically what happened to NiP in this map.
Like actual Rain or the player Rain?
No, the emoji.
The Rain emoji.
Yeah, the Rain emoji.
I like that one.
Yeah, like the emoji.
This is a hard one to talk about. They just got beaten up on, right? NiP weren't able to find any openings. Every time Yanko talks about FaZe on Overpass, he talks about the defense. Rain and Guardian towards A. They were both finding opening frags, not giving any chance for these NiP guys to get in towards B. Same thing happening with Olaf and Nico. Kerrigan's just like, yeah, this is cool. I like it. I like it a lot. So there's not a lot to touch on in terms of what NiP could have done better, because they weren't getting any opening kills. They weren't finding any openings. They were just getting beaten up on every single time. I think they had a total of 3. One of them came in the pistol round, you know, and they didn't convert that. So it's a rough time for NiP.
This is why we say in the pregame every time, you know, with FaZe, sometimes you will do everything right and you will still lose the round. They have such amazing individual players that they can always make a play in the round, and even if they're down in numbers or anything, they can always bring it back. And this was an example of one of those games where Rain, I think, is definitely up there as the best player in the world on Overpass. I mean, on that CT side, it seems just like time and time again, no matter what teams do against him, he can always find kills, always find ways to be impactful.
For me, his pistol influence has been standout. He's getting like multi-kills in quite a few of the pistol rounds. I think in 4 of the pistol rounds across the 8 we've had thus far in the series. So that's huge. If you're getting the team the pistol round, or at least having a lot of influence, most of the time you're guaranteeing your squad 3 rounds, right, if you convert. And we've had a lot of back and forth. We've had a bit of argy-bargy, Yanko's new favorite, but I think Rain's influence has been huge across the board. Entry fragging, closing out rounds, pistol kills, everything.
I mean, Rain has 26 frags on Overpass alone. Kerrigan has 36 frags over 4 maps.
Love to see.
I mean, that's just testament to how much Rain is contributing in the fragging department for the FaZe.
And this is one of those situations where looking at Kerrigan's stats doesn't really mean all that much. Similar to Exist. Exist has had a quiet series in general, but this is where you look to Drake and you're like, where is this guy? Like, you have not seen him have like that many impactful rounds over the course of the series. Yes, he wasn't abysmal stats-wise this game, but there were a couple of anti-eco rounds that he had, or the one at least on the CT side, right? So it definitely needs to have more impact. Like Forrest, Rez, and Get Right can't do everything.
We were talking about this while we were watching, and you know, for these young players, if they start hot, if they get kills in the pistol round, get those early stat pads on the anti-ecos, seems like their trajectory is heading up. You know, you've seen that from Rez. Early in this tournament, he was on fire, and he's carried it through. And that's what you like to see.
It's the consistency that is admirable, as well as just the performance in itself. Yes, Rez is performing well, but I really need to allocate all of this remaining time to talking about that 5th map. typically, when you do get to 5th maps in a best of 5, that's when it becomes a brawl. Some things are thrown out the window. Some of the sense is thrown out the window. They're bearing in mind this is the 5th game of Counter-Strike they're playing in one sitting. Things change when we get into this.
This is the one last map on which FaZe is undefeated online. I think they're 4-0 or 5-0, and this is what I want to see from FaZe here is their preparation, right? Because NiP has a very specific way how they play. They have a couple of their go-to moves, right? The checkers control on the T side with Get Right that can go into a full-on execute, and I think NiP is going to do that a lot because Guardian is towards that B bomb site or middle, and I'm sure that NiP will try and exploit him in a similar way they were trying to exploit the B bomb site on Inferno versus SK.
They could come up with some moves as well to take down Rez. We know he loves to go squeaky door on that default. Sometimes he goes with Draken and they do the door open in the other way, right? So they can grab kills into that bomb site. It's nice to see they have a good combo there. But Rez for these guys when they played against SK on the T side, he was, I think, 13, 14 frags ahead of anybody else on his team. He was the only one finding entries. NiP can't rely on that because the only way they were getting into bomb sites, he'd grab a couple entries, then the rest of the players would fill in the gaps, take the site, and then they'd close out the round with that experience. But he was fiery. He was the guy. Here it is example. This is him with the Deagle. You know, we've seen him through that. It's been a Deagle battle for a lot of teams here. But the fact that he could do this time and time again, and he was doing it to SK, he can probably do it to FaZe. So they need to watch out for this. They need to really account for this and maybe shut him down early. Take away that confidence.
It always baffles me that with players that can thrive from being in the same place every round on a T side, right, Yanka? Surely, if we know, they know he's going to be in Squeaky. How does he still manage to get friends?
Yeah, but you're just so comfortable on that area of the map. You know, Rez and Squeaky, Get Right on B. You know what are your opponent's options to counter you, and then you are prepared for those contingencies, so to speak. You know, you are so comfortable that sometimes you're pre-aiming corners, pre-aiming angles, and you can just feed great information to your team. But talking about FaZe's T side, something that I would potentially try and do is I would try to target Drake, and I would try to, even in full gun rounds, you know, go for set pieces with a lot of utility, really make him uncomfortable there with some Molotovs to shift him out of positions, a couple of flashes, because he really seems to be struggling, barring a couple of rounds on Cobble where he had impact.
This could be his redemption, Cash, to get closer to that Cash.
They knife for sides here, right? So we don't know who's going to start on what side at the moment, but we do know that NiP play the CT side as a unit. They have these interesting moves, these interesting ways of going for picks and finding map territory. So that could be something that could catch FaZe off guard. We saw yesterday against SK, they had one guy aggressive with the AWP at B, and then they also did the stack with 2 players to pick into Sunroom because you know you're going to force that player to that angle, and that paid off. So these little moves, these little maneuvers are something that NiP like to do, and I like it.
So last closing thoughts then are, we need to see Guardian back. You kind of requested that on Overpass, and well, Rain did most of the heavy lifting. From NiP, more from Rez. What else are we talking about?
Drake needs to have at least some impact, right? Otherwise, I don't think you can expect another monster performance from Rez, Forest, and perhaps Get Right. I don't think it's going to be enough for NiP here.
And Chad, your closing sentiments. We are going into a 5th map. NiP have done outrageous things already. No one expected a 5th map here. This was an underdog story. And it's time to find out.
I'm going to give you a cliche answer here, Alex. It's about who wants it more. We've got NiP, reigning champions, 2nd spot for FaZe, Intel Grand Slam.
Yes, let's find out. FaZe, should they pick this one up, they'll be 2 away from getting the Intel Grand Slam million. NiP defending IEM Oakland 2016 title here on the stage, and FaZe are undefeated on this very map. Let's jump in with your casters.
A very fitting way to close things out here. Cash. That's right, make some noise. These players have put an absolute show so far. Let's go out with a bang. NiP on the T side, FaZe on the CT. We'll have a boost towards middle. 3 players going up, in fact.
And I think this will be a bang indeed. Unbeaten FaZe on this map. Yesterday, NiP fell to SK, but traditionally, it's been good for them. And they're going to be good to get middle early on. With a flash over, existent Forest running down, getting control of the white box. A smoke at the top of Highway, peculiar. And not only that, rather than playing for the retake A, they've gone beyond that. They may have to retake it, in fact, that they've given up middle, but Olaf is wrapped all the way around behind them. The Rain containing them. Olaf's going to rush directly toward B as they get through the vents. Guardian finds 2, Exist, and Forest fall. As Get Right finds 1 watch behind him. Because here comes Olaf. If Get Right's the master of the lurk yesterday, it's been all Olaf today. Twice on Overpass and right now, or thereabout, on Cash. He finally gets the shot. Down goes Get Right.
You're absolutely right. Olaf has been a thorn in their side time and time again. Always seems to be in the right position. His flanks has been perfect so far. And it will be NiP with a nice little control play towards middle, getting the smoke down our Highway, taking the vision away from the CTs, going for that B split. But Guardian He was ready and waiting once again with that P2000, completely shuts them down, and no bomb planted means NiP will be forcing in the second round with Deagles. They've got a MAC-10 there as well. I haven't seen that approach before. That's quite interesting. Let's see if they can get anything done here. One MAC-10 and a few Deagles here. Olofmeister taking quite a lot of damage there towards middle. He'll fall back from the white box. Rez open things up once again. So good, it seems, with the Desert Eagle. He's at that squeaky door position, as Chad pointed out. That's a key choke point for him. NiKo will take him down eventually with the wall bang through the door. 4 and 4. We have got one flashbang to work with. That's about it on the T side.
And middle completely open. Guardian, don't be misled by the map, is not actually inside of the vents. He's just below it. We just looked at it. The sight's covered off and the rifles and SMGs in hand. Even the gun that's gone down toward the top of highway, it's tough for NiP to gather anything from it. Although Draken is finally heading in that direction. Slow rotation towards CT, and therefore Z connector from NiKo. He could peek out, and Draken would be completely on his own trying to lurk in, but he's actually turned away. Draken's timing, therefore, could be huge. As Get Right gets in through the vent, Forest and Exist, Guardian and Rain. NiKo's realized it, turned around. Draken's chance of a flank with the Deagle gone. Want to try and trade? Good trade, good spray. Get Right with 2. Bomb down. Have to continue on though. NiKo's going to get position. They do not have smoke to cover cross. That is a very tough position, but NiKo doesn't want to go down, so he'll let them have it because he's waiting for the rotation to come around from Kerrigan.
That's smart play from NiKo. He wants to make sure he overwhelms them properly. They have managed to find an M4A4 on that side though. That's in the hands of Forest. What a tournament he's had so far. We have got a defuse kit available and one flashbang. NiP definitely still have a shot to win this.
Kerrigan to lead the way. They'll go together. Try and get trades. Flashbang to complement their entry. And Kerrigan is still not wanting to go wide. NiKo's going to back in. They don't want to both are in the site. Good fight. Get Right again. He's found a third. He has taken this round on his own. And Forrest is the one with the M4, 100 HP. He'll pick baby out, pull Kerrigan's attention. Get Right tries to swing, and they're just buying time. That is so clever from NiP. Kerrigan can have all the kills he likes, but Forrest gets the final one.
That's more like him. This grand final now is getting to boiling points. It's Get Right with the MAC-10 and an orthodox purchase in the second round forced by. You can hear the crowd come to life now. 1-1, NiP pull it back.
Interesting call. This is a tactical from Exist after winning at 1-1, and they know because FaZe is going to force buy. They want to control this.
They've struggled so much against the Deagles of FaZe. It's worth the pause. It's calm down. We have won a massive round, but let's just take time to examine the situation, work out the tendencies of FaZe. Where are we going to have most of our success? The defaults against these Deagles have been disastrous. Let's go for maybe a set piece as a 5-man unit, allow Fred just to help them out here in this really key round. We're at the 5th map of a deep series here.
Yeah, grand final. Trying to go back-to-back in Oakland for NiP, back-to-back in Grand Slams for FaZe. Commend NiP for these timeouts as well, because a lot of teams, we talked about it, with 4 of them, weren't using them early enough in a lot of instances. They've been using them very early, but it's threats mentality to control economy, as we know, and you're right. Getting him in early on. Maybe that's something we'll see more and more from NiP, especially after winning an Eco. So it's NiKo. Speaking of Eco, back to the Deagle. He'll sit toward the bottom of highway as they do go over the boost. Force is the one to peek it out. He can't quite hit the first shot, but don't rule him out yet. He's still got a chance as they get closer as Rez can't hit it. He follows with Draken. He certainly is amazing in this series, and they have taken back middle.
That's unbelievable from NiKo. 2 swift 1-digs. This tournament has been ridiculous for the Desert Eagle. What a resurgence it's had. 5-on-3 situation. NiKo just obliterates him towards middle. They try to go fast. It is completely gets shut down. And NiKo might not be done just yet. He heads back towards the smoke of middle. Looking for a little bit more as the smoke goes down. He's found positional control, but Exist. Iridium waiting will take him down.
I don't think they've gun juggled or thrown guns out of middle. It is just an, excuse me, I think MP7 down in mid, MAC-10. Didn't quite catch. Either way, getting the kill back on NiKo does open up some space as they'll fall off toward A main. Off in the site has Rain at the truck far away. He as well also onto a Deagle. At the top of highway won't allow Forrest to see toward the truck. They'll go together. Get right checks the boost. Forrest swings toward the fence. That has Flames in front of it. As Olaf falls back, he finds another headshot. He can go for more. He's gotten damage. They're both weak, and that's going to be a problem as they go against the pistols. Weaker still as Exist, but getting the kill is third of the round to pull this back. He's gotten all of them so far as they try and play. Get right goes down. Exist has 14 HP to go and get the ace to hold on to NiP's economic advantage, and Guardian doesn't want to allow that.
Take all the pauses you want, but there's not much you can do, and NiKo, it's those sort of headshots towards middle. Unbelievable scenes. The 5th map of the grand final. And we're going back-to-back and forced by victories there. It was Get Right with the MAC-10 before, but NiKo and Guardian with the Desert Eagle to close out round number 3. Fantastic work from Guardian there, knowing there's a player towards quad, and the bomb takes 3.5 seconds to plant. He isolates the player, who just Get Right with the bomb in his hands. Bomb gets planted short, but that was a guaranteed win at this point. And just look at these shots, the second especially. Good lord. This dispatches of NiP, it's 2-1. And they'll have to give it. No force buy in round number 4 here. Just P250s and a rush B coming in. They might be able to trade and potentially get a bomb down here, but I don't see much happening. Good HE's coming in, but it might not be needed. It's going to be an absolute disaster here as Rain finds all the shots required. And it's a clean sweep for FaZe.
NiP, just when they thought they had this game. When you're the underdog, any advantage you can give yourself, you have to capitalize. The fact that NiKo is able to pull back middle so quickly certainly punishes, but NiP taking it on the chin, getting back to the AKs immediately onto round 5. It's almost as if we started off as we should have without FaZe losing the subsequent force buy. NiKo gets underneath of the balcony at the forklift. Nades go through. Zist has already bypassed the bounce, so they won't ricochet in his direction. NiKo falls off. Look at Kerrigan getting aggressive. Get Right once again. Kerrigan not being ready for this at all. Has his back turned. Get Right's run into him. Get Right's touched him. They don't even realize it. Oh my goodness. Get Right has now. Get Right has now. Yes, absolutely. Get Right realizes. And down goes Kerrigan. He's got position. Olaf is quick to strike back. You would have thought he might have been able to get toward Highway before they were ready to transfer their attention, but it's Draken that gets him in return. And the fact that he had nowhere to hide. NiKo. The bomb. Good damage as well. Transfers back over. He and Guardian combined. And Exist again has to clutch. What? It's Rain. He's gotten confident now because he goes back to Guardian. I thought he was going to wait for the smoke to bloom to go for the bomb. That's unbelievable, Exist.
What a time to arrive, Exist. With unbelievable shots towards a connector, clutches it out against Guardian. Rifle in his hand, and now this is a game, 3-2. Back and forth affair. We still have money to buy on the FaZe side. Guardian with the AWP once again, but they are being whittled down, and UMP's out. They've got little utility, and that's just remarkable. Exists. You don't expect these kind of plays from him anymore, but that was tremendous. We'll get into round number 6. The MAC-10's out for Draken. Maybe a bit of a misread on the situation. He assumes they're going to be eco here. They're certainly not. Guardian with the AWP towards the B-bomb site, looking for anyone making their way towards Sunroom. Round number 6, and this could be the map of the series.
Forrest already above with Kerrigan up close again. This time Get Right's not going to be behind him. Funny, we saw after yesterday's performance on Inferno specifically when he was able to sneak around on the alert someone brought back. As Kerrigan gets found the classic line, if you don't know where Get Right is, turn around.
That's so true, isn't it?
Might have helped Kerrigan in the last round. Unfortunately, Exist gets caught out in the open. There's nowhere to hide, and he gets double peeked. Rain's able to get the kill, but Draken has gotten NiKo with the MAC-10, and with the coverage from Squeaky, he's going to rush in confidently, and he'll support Rez in taking down Olaf. So it's Rain near the wall that wants back to the site early. Smoke will hold him at bay, but it also means he's close to the corner and fast to strike, although I don't think they will. I think this time they realize they need to save the weapons, and back away they will. It's 3-3, NiP pulling it back right away.
It's Draken with 2 kills this time. Rez working the squeaky door. The A-bomb site collapses, and FaZe have to give in. 4-on-2 as they hold towards CT spawn. It's Guardian and Rain to hold on to their weaponry here. They'll have second stage loss bonus. They need to save both the AWP and the M4A4. NiP looking much better now. They got completely blown out the water on overpass, but this is where historically they do some of their absolute best work. It does look like FaZe will be able to save the 2 weapons here as the bomb explodes. Guardian and Rain will have the only real firepower going to the next round. Guardian needs to be careful here. He does leg up one! A wall bang no scope, of course! To survive and keep the AWP.
If Kenny's got flicks, Guardian's got tricks. Man, oh man, he seems to find shots through walls all the time.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Do they force around these saved weapons? It doesn't look like that will be the case. Full eco for NiP, Carrigan, and Olofmeister, but still, Rain and Guardian with full weaponry. This round could still fall on his head for NiP. Guardian with the first shot, he nails it. He'll fall back, he wants to change position now. Keeping the aggression, it's Rain. He'll try and find a pick on the B side of the map now.
And it's the other gun carrying over. Good find from Get Right, good read. Sprays down the corner. Forrest against SK was very good on their T side of getting out and covering off the vents. They would get mid-control and he would just sit there to wait. Similar to what you see from Get Right in construction on overpass. Olaf goes down with a pistol, trying to reclaim some territory toward middle. Carrigan, same fate. That time you get caught out by Guardian, and by the way, I don't think this round's going to go much further. I think Guardian should back off again with the AWP immediately. Yeah, he's already considering to do so.
When NiP have those decent spawns, they're more than happy to push through middle with a flashbang through the smoke there. It was Forrest that made his way out towards the vent area, but Guardian in a good position takes him down. Rain knew that wasn't enough. Sure, they got the opening pick, but he wants a little bit more there, hoping that all pick would funnel them towards a B storage area. He could catch them off guard. Unfortunately for him, did get sprayed through the smoke after getting naded by Get Right. And there will be the round going in favor of NiP once again. It's going to be 4-3 to them. We're going to be saving an AK and the AWP once more. They'll be both towards the A bomb site for now. It doesn't allow to be taken down. So Guardian once again saves the AWP. It's Rez having the quiet game this time. We're 6 rounds deep, 1 for 5. I'm sure he'll arrive momentarily. There it is. NiP come one step closer to doing it. Back-to-back IEM Oakland champions.
A long way to go yet, though. Down to the wire. FaZe, who topped their group with a fantastic opening day as far back, believe it or not, as Tuesday at this point in time. Bomb off and Rez heads towards Squeaky. Meanwhile, A main, fast contest. Exists again, will jump across the smoke as he did last time they went this direction. And Nico flashed in, well timed, very well timed. Door open and closed, and he gets the kill. Tries to transfer, they've got him tagged. Down to 56, it slows his movement, but they don't follow through with it. And his nade, due to the fact that they backed off, doesn't do that much damage.
That's why we love Cash so much. The aggressive options the CTs have at the very start. Great teamwork and Get Right. Won't be able to get anything done here towards middle. 5-on-4 advantage for FaZe, and they'll slowly start to fall back at this point. You can see Olofmeister again in a more tentative position. And they'll try and see what the next move is from NiP. They've got 2 smokes remaining, and Molotov as well. No real map control here. Exist isn't towards A main, but doesn't help them too much. Trying to see if a CT overextends and allows them to pick one up here.
In the hands for Draken. Pull off inside of the vents. Originally, they had great mid-control. They would just rotate off and go to a more standard formation. They try to get shots through from Forrest. Boost on A at the slide. Gives Nico vision. Vision that will be much to the delight of Nico as they walk his direction. He gets Get Right over top of Draken, in fact, so a 2-man advantage. Quick little bounce flash out of the corner, very typical, very standard. It's traded back, but he does manage to get a further kill, leaving us to just 2 NiP players to take over the A site. Forrest, along with Exist. Exist gone, bomb down. Forrest trying to swing out, double peek, and Rain finds both. And there's only 10 seconds left anyway. So pretty much had to go down as we tie ourselves back up on 4s.
The big names of FaZe starting to arrive now, map number 5. It's Nico with 3 kills, Rain with 2, and it's a back and forth affair, exactly what we want to see. And a grand final, we're all tied up once again, no one really getting ahead of each other at all. In terms of the money, we have purchased the AWP for Draken. There is enough for a full buy there, but this will be another tactical timeout from Exist.
Round 9, 4-4, 2 timeouts. If this stays a close game, they won't have any left on the CT side, so as much as I commend them for using them early, it could leave them in a tough position late. That said, if they can take advantage of them early, maybe FaZe will start using some and they'll get to talk at that point. Remember, both coaches are unmuted regardless of who calls the timeout.
Whoever wins this round send their opposition to an eco. NiP with the AWP out again, but limited in terms of the utility. Draken with nothing whatsoever. They do have 5 smokes here.
Rez slow to get going in this game, 1 and 6.
Very slow.
Get Right leads with 7 for his team. It's Guardian and Nico that lead with 9 and 10.
He's usually excellent on this map, but it's very telegraphed. That's what he does. He focuses on that squeaky door time and time again. And he's up against Nico on the A-bomb side. Draken tries to beat the smoke. He got there in time, but takes some damage, and so will his teammates as Forrest as he tries to boost up and stands in the flames momentarily. We're going for another fast approach there. If they get that opening or pick, it's very likely Forrest just fully commits and tries to overwhelm the mid-area. For now, we'll go back to a default. We have two players once again towards the squeaky door. It will be Draken and Rez, but this time Rez will open the door inwardly to allow them to look towards the bomb site. So just like that.
Yeah, it's a feature, not a bug. This gives Draken the angle toward the site.
Oh.
Rez takes damage as he jumps across. He finds Forrest trying to walk in straight contact, not even utility deployed. Keep in mind, Olaf is still inside of the vent to watch mid, which means Rain can swing out confidently that even if he went down, Olaf would be able to trade. Gets Get Right.
It's common knowledge that Get Right likes to play the B of Hall's area, and Rain, very aware, takes him down. Nice swing, and it will be a 5-on-3. Rain with both the kills so far. He's going to funnel them straight into the Lion's Den. That's where Nico resides. Rez with a good boost here. I do like this a lot. Has the advantage. CTs won't have good vision as they make their way in, but the time ticking so low, they don't have the challenge for frags here. Wait for the full commitment from the T side. As we come into the 22nd mark, final smoke towards highway, deep breath, as they're flashing towards the A side. Surely they can't get this done.
This checks the boost. But watch as well, because inside of middle, the rotations are coming. 3-on-3 directly inside of the site, but they need to be quick if they want to avoid the flank, and more so because there's 7 seconds left. Bomb is down already. Draken's going to back off, needs to die. Guardian finds him, because there was no way he would save after time with the rotations going around in behind, so it's FaZe to strike back. 5th round for them, 1-round lead, but as you say, it's the economy that's the bigger factor, as NiP will be whittled down to essentially nothing. They'll have a buy immediately after, but not this round at all.
No, absolutely not. This has to be pretty much a full eco. P250 comes out. It's might be the rush B once again. Try and trade out a frag. We know Guardian plays outside of the map occasionally, so if he misses an orb shot, we can potentially get that with the P250s, and that will happen. The shot is missed, and it's exactly what we wanted with the Glocks. We'll get one kill, but Rain still towards that headshot position, trying to gun them down. He's done a lot of damage here, but could be in a spot above her. The bomb will be dropped, and that should be the round secured. He got a little bit touch and goes. One of the players makes it towards CT spawn. That was spotted, and there it is. The final kill comes in. Rez gets one. There will be 2 kills overall. No bomb planted, but still, that's as good as it was ever going to get for the T side and the rush B with just Glocks and P250s. 6-4, FaZe extend their lead, and as you mentioned, NiP do definitely have a bye going into round number 11 here.
The AWP for Draken, glass cannon. So they want him to find picks. They're going to like to put him under boost. Remember, they have Molotov this quite a few times. Exists trying to hold off the angle. The Molotov does land, and Draken thought he might be able to get the angle toward the sandbags, but has to fall off of it toward A main instead. Again, they want to get aggressive. FaZe is very commonly known to do so. Eco toward the lockers.
Yeah, this is very good. The Molotov at the mouth of A main.
Slow things down on the NiP side. If Forrest had hit that, I would have been rather impressed.
So we've got players aggressive in A main and B storage as well.
Does Get Right read this though, because the Molotov behind the box. Rain just elevates himself and stays there. Which could prove to be problematic late. Rez again. His standard position. Get Right's actually fallen off of B altogether and joined in toward middle. Off with the crisscross smokes down, has position on exist. He needs to look at this white box. He may have, but not much before, and he's already overlooked it. Olaf is in perfect position to swing. Pinch play as well. Exists, gets one before he peeks. That's pretty good considering the situation of position, and Get Right is on top of him, which means that NiP actually take mid control with a man advantage.
Here we go then, 30 seconds remaining. Rez trying to get out of squeaky door once again. We haven't got any CT presence now. Get Right hits another wonderful shot towards the A bomb site. Guardian still alive though. That's a misplay from Get Right. That doesn't have to happen. He doesn't need to look towards CT spawn at all. He gives FaZe an opening now. Guardian coming in with Rain, 2 of the most powerful players on the server right now. As Guardian looks towards the entrance, they have held them off with a smoke, but it's not ideal. Guardian can certainly hit one of these shots, now already misses out.
Certainly flirting with death behind. Quad is Rez, Draken's got Rain, Forrest has Guardian, and NiP has the round. They'll bring it to 6-5. And Get Right, after trading back in middle, hit the shot on the boost, which really foiled all their plans of being passive toward A.
Close rounds though. No team looking comfortable as of yet. 6-5, anyone's tournament. Guys joining us, this is the 5th map of an epic grand final. NiP, the current defending champions of the event. FaZe, one of the best teams in the world. Holding them on the ropes right now with a slight lead. Double orbs come out for the first time, Nico and Guardian. As we go into a full default for NiP.
Draken back on his this time, has the armor. Against Draken out toward B this time. Very quick every single time from FaZe to get middle again. Olaf is able to get toward the vents from mid side. So Kerrigan get aggressive. We've seen Olaf get aggressive. They certainly want to contain NiP's approach. Just get right will clear the box. Springs the inner corner as well. Completely blind. A well-timed flash. Rain is able to get back. Draken can't. Ooh, he does actually hit, but not get the kill. He catches Rain and takes him down to 29 HP. That'll bring Olaf back out from the vents. Rain falls. I don't know that they would have spotted Olaf getting inside of this position or not, because it was exactly when the flash went their direction. Draken might walk into it as a result. And actually hit the shot on the AWP, so it was a double peek play. It's a desperate run back toward middle for NiP.
45 seconds remain. Rez and Forest very low HP. Surely they have nothing to say about round number 12. They've got a lot of presence from the CTs, but are they looking towards highway? Nico certainly is. Goes with a quick scope, doesn't connect. Things become a little bit dicey now. Rez opens things up. Been quiet this game, but that's a good opening. It's up to Kerrigan, the in-game leader, to fend them off. If he finds nothing here, this could become problematic. He doesn't. Exist opens up the A-bomb side.
Huge win, but the HP is low. A chance. Olaf and Guardian, the newest additions to FaZe. Good shot from Guardian to find the first. It's Forest as well to go down. So an AWP for Rez exists on an AK. He goes high, that goes above the Molotov. They spot it and exist. It's another beautiful shot. What a game he is having as Olaf has to go aggressive. He has a kit, but no nades to work with, and Rez will swap out. He wants Exist to play the long angle now that he has the HP, and Rez, therefore, can be sacrificial. Olaf will find that kill, but he knows it's not likely, or is it? He's actually going to continue on. I thought he'd back off immediately, but he fancies his chances. Exist doesn't have a dare to peek, and you're right. He's won it on time alone. They'll tie the game back on 6-6. In fact, Exist, just to add the insult to injury, will take Olaf down in the process.
FaZe starting to crumble now. That was a round that was guaranteed for them. It should have been over. Kerrigan had to find one kill on the bomb site, couldn't get anything. It was such low HP, just one bullet would have done it. He tries to hold them off, but the split is too strong. Exist, you're absolutely right, having one of the best games of this year for him at least. And that will be NiP tying things up once again. Round number 13 has to be a full eco for FaZe. This is the players discussing. Forest will be more than happy to push his smoke towards middle. He knows their money's going to be low. They won 3 in a row, but they were all tightly contested. And now NiP with 2. Will have nothing really up against him. Sure, FaZe is scary with the pistols, but not so much with 4 USPs and a P250. Good
find from Olaf and Kerrigan getting aggressive with the pistol. They're going to try and run down Draken. He's had enough of that. He's beneath their feet. Forrest, meanwhile, getting down middle, will catch off Guardian with no inclination that he was in that position as he tried to run by. At least glance at it, you know?
Yeah.
Might as well check it out.
Well, for now, it's up to Rain to have the last chance to do anything with this round. He'll be dropped by Rez, and that should be the round guaranteed this stage. Forest's position is just wonderful, and he'll have easy kills coming his way. Takes down Kerrigan, and that will be the round concluded. Just Nico and Olaf. So Olaf trying to save the AK-47. That's definitely beneficial. That might be okay next round with 3rd stage loss bonus. Just no, we'll have a look at the scoreboard here. 3 for 8 at the top, it's Guardian, 14 for 7. The top, of course, for NiP, it's Exist. What a game he's had. What a chance to arrive and be at the top of the scoreboard in the 5th and final map of a best of 5 against one of the world's best. He's hitting everything with that AK-47 right now. Assertive plays as well. He's actually leading the charge, getting in there and opening up bomb sites time and time again.
Take the lead late. 2 timeouts. Good find on Olaf as well. 2 timeouts already used by NiP. Keep that in mind, because they used them early in the half. As we can stay dead even between these 2 teams. It's 1 round each, then 2 for FaZe, 3 for NiP, and 3 and 3. It's splitting in ways in which the economy has actually not really been a massive factor. They've each had an equivalent amount of buys, essentially. AWPs have been available to everyone who needs them. Draken being one of those players. Does realize that Olaf is jumping in behind sandbags. Smoked off. Molotov will go down. Olaf's going to try and charge up instead.
Fully flashed there. He's got his world cut out for him now. Forrest taken down once again, flashing through the smoke. Become a calling card of his, and Olafmeister all too aware as it goes down to a 5-on-4. 1 minute 25 on the clock. We do have utility available for NiP. The wallbang from Rez. He hasn't been as effective from the squeaky door position as he usually is. You can see, though, not a single helmet available for FaZe here, so the wallbangs become very deadly indeed if Rez can connect them.
Olaf still looking inside of middle as Draken will be elevated late. Confirms it's clear, at least up close. Advantage still for FaZe as Olaf checks. Continues to check on the M4. Draken goes for the jump. That makes noise. I don't know if Olaf realizes that he's that close though. AWP sees him but baits out the shot. Shadow shows for Draken when he wants to swing wide, but Olaf's still watching above the box! It's a shotgun apparently! Down goes Olaf, Exist enters in, but NiP pulls one back. Still the man advantage there for FaZe as Draken needs to get an angle, and if he's going to Exist, needs to push NiP back, that'll do!
How is he doing this on low HP every single time? It goes down to the 2-on-2 once again, just to know there's no kits available.
Wow.
Draken dancing with death towards highway. 1 HP as the bullets whistle by. He has to hit this shot, he can't do it. Guardian now jewels him, and it comes down to Exist once again. 6 HP up against Rain.
Draken so nearly got away with it as he got sprayed from almost full HP down. Rain knows it's planted for a main, but in a position he can defuse. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a kit. If that was a 5-second defuse, I guarantee you he holds it. 6 HP. Exist has pulled him away, and I think he has. Time is gone. Exist will win out the round. Rain will try and get on it, but no chance. Does he have a kit? He's picked one up, but still gone, just barely. NiP pull it back, 8-6.
Exist playing out of his mind right now. How is he hitting these shots? Every single time. Another clutch goes in his favor. Outsmarts Rain. Doesn't take the bait. He's low HP. And that could be it. NiP sending the economy in the bin once again. Looking for 9-6 and Exist. I'm so impressed. 15 kills, top of the scoreboard, rushing B to close things out. NiP not holding back. They're struggling against the pistols so fast. Draken will open things up towards the B site. Only one player there. This time it's Guardian. Certainly doesn't have the AWP. Right by the precipice of the bomb site here. Gets one, but that's all he'll get. Taken down.
Olaf swings back. He's been at the net so many times, and Rez is ready, but not this time. As he has the nade drawn, Kerrigan in. Draken knows he's going to enter. Get right swings as well. And inside of the smoke, it's Rain to go down.
There we have it. That should be it. But NiP is still alive. 3 versus 1 situation. He only got the Famous, but he has all the nades. Waits by the vent, smoked out for now. Surely he doesn't even get the entrance here. They've got to be checking this and having it in mind. It could be a possibility. And 6 very likely, but maybe not. NiP starts to arrive into the round.
He's got smoke. He's got flames. He's got a diffuser. He's got an M4. He's got a hell of a lot of skill. Get right's going to go as far away as possible. As he flashes his way back in, Draken's ready. AWP does it. Don't even need to see it. It doesn't matter. 9-6. NiP leads with 1/2 left to play. What a final we are going to have. We'll be back. We all need to catch our breath after this break. An epic series already, 9-6 at the end of half, and FaZe have so much skill, I wouldn't rule them out of it, but NiP getting closer and closer to defending the crown. Who says it stops at 30 rounds? It could go beyond.
I think it could possibly as well. 9-6, sure, it's an advantage for NiP, but FaZe win the pistol, they're right back into it. They're showing signs of weaknesses now. You can see that some of the players are FaZe starting to drop off. Karrigan, most notably, couldn't get anything done in that A-bomb site whatsoever. He kept missing vital shots in key rounds, allowing Exist, the other in-game leader, complete polarizing effect as he goes absolutely wild. He's top fragging for NiP. And we'll get into the second half. It all ends here. Ladies and gentlemen, NiP with the lead so far. 4 sets of armor for them, and it's going to be a tactical execution towards the A-bomb site from FaZe. 2 smokes that have been deployed already, and here we go. Exist looking to continue his form with the USP. He looks above the smokes for not for long.
Nico as well had a Molotov. He put that behind Forklift, so they clear all the important angles. Karrigan burrows in there for a good shot from Rez. Needs to follow it up and can't do so. What a fast play from FaZe. It's not even going to need to go to a bomb plant. Olaf finds Forrest late, and it's 9-7 already. NiP never stood a chance, it seemed.
Nice execution there. I love that smoke on top of the bomb site. You could see Exist thought, this is my chance. I can see everything. The smoke goes down. He can't even see the squeaky door anymore. The flashbangs come through, and FaZe just light them up. NiP, once again, this has been their default mentality. Without armor in the second round, they'll just have the upgraded pistols. I think this is the way the game will be heading eventually. Every team should take note as to how NiP handle themselves in terms of the force bias on the CT side. Deagles, CZs, Exist with 1 smoke. FaZe Clan focusing once again on the firepower, making sure they have 3 rifles here. And like we said, all it takes is them for the win the pistol, and they're right back in this game.
Guardian starting it off. Media killed the Draken. And they'll change their attentions firmly toward the A site. They boost out toward middle. As Rez puts Forrest inside of events, but that won't amount to much based on the fact that, as previously mentioned and as seen, they aren't covering middle anymore. The AKs certainly need to find the long angles toward truck. They'll clear the boost as well. But then they need to sit back and let the Galil, UMP, or MAC-10 go to work. So to strengthen the economy, Karrigan, speaking of, manages to find one of the UMP. Forrest gets the shot back onto Nico. Swinging inside of the site, it does make it somewhat interesting, but the fact that they're so far away and so low on HP, even with the Deagles, the bomb planted, 9-8, and I would expect 9-9.
I think you might be right there, Matt. It's going to be Forrest and Rez trying to do what they can with the Deagles. Forrest certainly has put on a show this tournament with that particular weapon, but he won't have a chance this time. We'll fall back towards CD. Spawn. Let's look for any exit frags here. He's in a good position to take down Olafmeister. And we'll listen out for the footsteps, the sound cues. They'll be coming through, but the flash is good. That'll give away his position. That'll be surely him dying now. There it is, the final frag. 4 players survive for FaZe, and it has to be the full eco for NiP into the next round. There it is. We will be tied up. Almost certainly here. This game is going to go the distance. Overtime, very likely, considering we're 5 maps deep. 6 or 7 hours of Counter-Strike being played right now. Fatigue starts to set in. P250s, silenced USPs as we go into round number 18.
Is aggressive with, as you say, P250s. In fact, they have 4 players over toward the B side. 1 in middle, no one inside of A. That'll be discovered quite quickly, it seems, this round from FaZe as they elect to head that direction. Rain, by the way, just the P250 in his hands. They're saving according to getting out an AWP early. Interesting that he's the one to do so, but either way, he'll plant the bomb as well.
Round done. Went for a gamble with the B stack, didn't really work out for them. Now Guardia's got a bit of a shooting range right now, see if he can open things up. He'll be Rain with the P250 to find the first shot, but you're all aware of what's going to happen here. NiP will get 1 consolation frag, and Nico and Guardian to shut things down. Rez, not really much he can do yet. Best outcome is he takes 1 exit frag, and he'll pick up a rifle perhaps, but Karrigan will deal with him there. 9-9. And we'll have the guns come out for NiP. The good news is not forced by in the second means we do get the AWP Draken, we get the fuse kits and the utility to use at the same time.
Well, now it gets interesting. Now we start. Olaf stays to the MAC-10. As you say, Karrigan as well will hold on to the Galil. So a bit of a chance for NiP to strike, but a lot of investment therefore from the FaZe side. Guardian on the AWP. He's going to hold angle at A main. Exist is walking directly into it. They're going to try and go for the reverse corner boost, but they just go direct because they hear gunshots. And gunshots that they want to take back in their favor as Rez holds on 7 HP and somehow he's going to get away. What a chaotic situation. So much damage done on the Rain behind the box as well, but they couldn't land the final blow. It's still the advantage to NiP. Get right adds to that.
It's not pretty, but it'll work. It will be the 4-2 situation. NiP looking to take the lead once again. Rain low and NiKo going for the wall bangs. Ambitious, but we'll see what is available to him. At the 1 minute mark momentarily, NiKo will throw away the AWP, and they're definitely capable. This tag team duo, Rain and NiKo, two of the most powerful players within CSGO. We'll see if they can find anything here. They have got the utility to buy some space. It's up to Rez waiting on the bomb site with low HP. He'll be joined by Forest and Get Right.
Slash for NiKo, that'll be the entrance. Rain, 22 HP, will cut to the left. Clear in behind the forklift. Unfortunately, he's gone down. Forest finds them both. And it's NiP to take the first gun round and continue on in the lead, but only by 1.
A brawl at A main. Ego goes down through the smoke. Rez was feeling brave. Jumping around, trying to pick up weaponry. He just about gets away with his life as a 4-on-2 situation, and FaZe can't do anything about it. This bonus does mean that they can still buy into the round, and they'll still have AK-47s and the AWP. 3-1 in the second half right now. Rez pushing towards B storage. Exist will get the first kill there, take down Rain. And it's going to be the 5-on-4 situation as it all starts to kick off once again. Exist looking incredibly sharp.
Olaf limited by the smoke, has to sit inside of the mid garage. Exist, as you say, incredibly sharp. Peeks out. If anyone's in A main, look at Rez. Rez not necessarily known for lurking. Gets behind them, takes an immediate shot to Olaf. And he'll hold off mid, which contains the positions for FaZe. I'm going to consider the fact that they could go above and behind him and gets ready for Gordian. And he's not done yet either because he swings back in. NiKo's gone around. But Kerrigan has 25 HP in the bomb. The fact that NiKo was able to clear the position means that he's just going to walk out and expect that it is clear. And Rez takes the round into his own hands. A third kill. Do what you dare, NiKo, but you don't have the bomb. He may, okay, fair enough. Reverse flank toward Rez. Get Right's going to walk in. That'll confirm his position. Good shot. Equivalent to that is what we saw in train from Forest, and he knows that Forest, speaking of, is making noise in the corner, but he still finds the headshot in return.
Dominant performance now from NiP. That's going to be 2 rounds in a row and send the money into disarray for FaZe. They know it as well. An exasperated look on their faces, especially the one on NiKo. Deagles in hand, PG-50s. This is almost a guaranteed NiP round. We'll see if they can convert it now. Rez heads towards the B-bomb site.
Find the shots as Rain. They get lobbed back his direction. He's down to 29, but has the elevated position. Rez through his smoke fights. Kerrigan trying to get closer to the B site and Get Right. Interesting angle to throw the Molotov from. Gets farther up inside of middle. Dragon can't quite hit, but it's fine. They have a man advantage, and they're up against just pistols, so they can fall off. Rain's turn to try and find shots through a wall. NiKo that did it last time. Exist. Whoa! That's incredible. Exist had an angle that was unorthodox, and Rain still hits it with a deagle. Dragon's got pressure on, and he knows he doesn't want to be in the open. Doesn't want to miss a sitter and go down as a result, because that would put the advantage back to FaZe's side. Nade through. That almost catches Rain. He's on 2 HP. At 2 HP, he finds Get Right. Don't rule him out. They're double peeking. No shots in return yet from Forest, but he slows down the pace. 14 HP, and he's controlled the AK enough to bring it down to just Olaf. What a performance from Rain. Yeah. Olaf needs to get a bomb down. That needs to be the goal for him, but he's denied by Draken.
The Desert Eagle has been so exciting this event. It keeps delivering. Rain with 2 magnificent shots from A main, but not quite enough there for us to save the day, just about, as they made their final commitment towards the A side. That was the first, and good Lord, what a weapon it is. 12-9, round number 22. That was the eco, remember, for FaZe. NiP, Matt, in touching distance of doing it. Taking down FaZe in a best-of-5 series, back-to-back IEM Oakland champions.
FaZe's clan FaZe Clan, rather, to turn to technical pause. We didn't see one come out from them. Or tactical, excuse, should say. A lot of crosswords every now and then. NiP did all of the discussions in the first half. So 1 to 2 for timeouts. FaZe still have 3 left over. NiP with 1 less. And they won't have the AWP, which means they can't necessarily get aggressive. I wouldn't be surprised. Draken does, though. Rez over toward B. Fast drop potential to try and get information, and in fact, they're sending 3 players that direction. So maybe a boost in toward vents. Or just Draken running forward. That's reasonable with the boost as well. Draken misses a shot. If they get over toward Toxic, that's perfect setup. We saw NiP run this yesterday as well, and they actually got a kill with it.
Well, it's Draken that holds B storage now. His teammates are going to rotate back towards A. They're confident in his ability to hold B storage with the AWP. Gerard's been boosted up, and he's going to have to perform now. Exist goes down. Surely they're aware of this possibility. He has no idea. Gerard has to challenge for the frags here, trying to get one and then drop down. They'll buy him some time with the smoke towards A main. He'll decide to stay up there for now. 5 on 4 as NiP do lose Exist.
The fact that they lost Exist hinders their plans because they wanted to strengthen the A site rather than have to rotate off of it. And the fact with Draken so far forward, he controls B. Olaf's not going to go that direction, and Draken can't really afford to be more aggressive than he already is with the AWP. So instead, our focus primarily turns to A, and primarily, therefore, turns to get right. Rez is close. Try and play underneath of the forklift as he bounces a smoke out that reveals his position. Trajectory of the way that it bounced, and I'm sure Rain knows that he's there. 32 seconds. 9 players alive. 3 from NiP toward A, where all of the attention is turning. There is a lurk inside the middle. It is Olaf, and he's going to find Draken. That takes the off out of it on the retake, but Rez finds one, and that's when Get Right strikes. He'll slide out to find Rain. Kerrigan never committed, so he has a chance to find a lineup, and Olaf coming up highway can also get an angle, but the smokes will not give him a chance. More so, Forrest won't give him a chance, and Get Right stays alive. Bomb goes down. 7 seconds. Nico needs kills to win it. He'll find one. No, he won't. He won't even get Right.
Get Right holds strong in the boosted position. It's 13-9. No bomb plan. And now FaZe. They look caught in the headlights. They need a miracle now. The money isn't there for them. 3K per player. It's Get Right that goes above and beyond. They knew exactly where he was. Kerrigan wants it and can't connect the shot. And we go into round number 23. I think this will be just a partial buy with maximum loss bonus coming to the next round. It'll be 14-9 if they can't get it done with the Deagles here.
Rez is coming to life on this CT side as well. Getting more aggressive. It's up to 13 kills. Remember, he was 1 and 6 to start this off. He had a very slow T side. He had 6 kills toward the end of the half, so 13. Certainly a turnaround. Pistols for FaZe. NiP cannot afford to lose to Pistols again in this situation.
What a gutting time for that to happen. Could be one of the most demoralizing effects out of CSGO, losing to Pistols. We have got Deagles, CZs, smoked flashbangs. FaZe definitely have got a fighting chance here around number 23.
A considerable fighting spirit, it seems, in these situations as well. Rain takes damage from a nade. Smokes down as they try to transfer, or seemingly make it look like they want to transfer toward the vents. Get Right doesn't see them. Forrest fires in, and they do tag him down despite getting a headshot. He stayed in position, though. And he actually goes for the reload. Forrest protects him by getting Kerrigan. They all stay alive. It's just Nico and Guardian, and NiP look like they are about to be 2 rounds away from the end on 14.
Yeah, they deny the plant at this point as well. Nice incendiary from Exist, gives them time to rotate through. Guardian will go for the open plant. He's flashed though. And the Deagle shots need to start connecting. And connect they shall. Nico with 2. 3-on-2 situation now.
Incredible. It looked like it was all but done. Molotov just left enough that Guardian realized it and goes for the plant, and somehow Nico. And he's still in position. Finds 2 with the Deagle. He's going to swing up to the wall. He knows that they're toward highway, so he doesn't want to overcommit to that peak. Realizes that he is there. Gets the information. Rez gets the kill. It's just Nico to find, and they've done it. Get Right gets the final kill, and 14 rounds achieved.
That's a celebration in its own right. Up against a partial buy of FaZe is not an easy obstacle to overcome. 14-9, 1 away from championship point.
5 rounds in a row and no gun rounds yet for FaZe.
That's
Max
true.
loss bonus with a plant, however, does mean that they've got one now, but yeah, they've been struggling.
What a way to close things out here. We're getting there now, and that says it all. The look on Nico's face doesn't look confused. They're quiet over there. This is a pause, and no one's really talking at all.
Don't go so far, because the lights are hitting them.
You can see the fatigue starting to set in. No one really looks that infused at this point. It's been a rough series for both teams. NiP holding it together, though. Exist of all the players to have top fragging potential of this team so far.
Interestingly enough, I mentioned before as well that FaZe topped their group. I didn't mention NiP topped theirs as well.
Yep.
It used to be a curse that if you got a direct buy into the semi, very rarely those teams made it to the final, while both of them have in this case.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the last few rounds of this epic best of 5. Can FaZe keep their heads above water here as we go for the boost once again towards the sunroom?
Draken with the AWP is going to funnel them back, though. This is going to... Oh, or is it? Oh, so close. They see the shoulder, but they can't find the shot. The whole point is the op has to force them into the angle at Toxic where they can't be taken down from Checker, but become vulnerable to the boost. They now know that there's 3 on B early as a result of that, so they could react accordingly, but look at the position as well. Get right in middle. They'll get a lot of information. They've left a wide open exist to cover it from highway. They'll play a retake if they need to.
Comes down to this moment. As we hit the 1 minute mark, the boost will come through. Rain to smoke the connector. They'll go for an A split here. Molotov's beneath and towards the sandbags, and Get Right's trying to avoid everything. He pushes in towards the entrance.
That's so smart. He did it with the amount of time with the flashes going down the Molotovs as well. I don't even think they would have heard this. So they're going to go beyond him, but he's waiting because he knows that they're also going to swing. And he spots. Oh, I'm surprised he shoots. I'm very surprised he shoots. He's been so patient this whole series. And going back in, he takes down... Another Guardian takes him down when he could have spotted Rain behind the box. Somehow Exist gets that kill back, but expected a little more from Get Right in that position. As Olaf gets close to B. Rez is the one that's close and charged to take him down early. No secondary approach. Right away, he needs to find both, and he does! REZ! He's done 2! And NiP looking closer still, but not done because Nico pulls it back, and it's still a 3 versus 2. Flash off as Nico wants closer as well. The smoke will cover the cross, but they don't account for Forest. Nico's down 7 seconds. It's map and championship point for NiP.
After losing, Get Right will seem like the most intelligent player of the map so far. He gets in towards the entrance, gives his position away, but Rez saves the round. The double AK spray, the incendiary drop, it buys enough time. And there it is, championship point. 15-9, it's going to take 6 in a row to force overtime here. Surely it's enough. Who would have thought of all the teams at this event, it's NiP that could be toppling FaZe in the grand final here. They have got the weaponry to work with, the orbs out and 4 AK-47s. Not too much in terms of the grenades as we go aggressive once again towards A main. It Exist controlling the locker's position, backed up by Draken in the AWP, but towards middle we go. Significant damage inflicted with that HE grenade.
It's a Hail Mary, a desperate play, and a fast approach from FaZe, who struggled tremendously on the T side. No gun rounds achieved. Quick check for Rain. Kill your smoke at the top of highway, it has to be said as well. Tries to find the tap toward the backside of quad. Get Right finds Olaf pushing through as well. 1 down already. Rain has to back away. Can't afford to get caught out alone. There's no access toward highway because they're still not in position toward Squeaky Door. They're both going to be going in from that angle. They've got to rotate around and get someone. It will be Guardian toward A main. Good find from Rain, therefore, to get Right.
Rez with this flank, this could be everything. Exist is boosted up. The final moment coming. Can Exist get anything done?
Oh!
He gets the double flank! This is it, it's happening! NiP in the 3 versus 1. Carrigan, he needs to step up tremendously. Gets 2 kills. Surely he can't pull this one off.
His 2 kills in this round, some of his only in this game. He's been very slow, but he's certainly stepping up. He somehow pulls it back to a 1-on-1. A battle of the in-game leaders as Exist got a double, and Carrigan has opened up the round. He can run it back. He spots Rez, takes the fight, but doesn't need to. Smarter for him to just get to B and get the bomb down. Why risk it when he can control the play? So a retake in a 1-on-1. Rez with just a kit. No nades between he and Carrigan for him to pick up additionally, and Carrigan's going to stay on top of the site without the information. He could go vents, but the flash confirms he's not. Rez will go aggressive, and the young man who has stepped up and carried NiP in this event could carry them to a championship against Carrigan. Spots, but Carrigan pulls it back. 4 kills, incredibly, and we continue.
He's had almost no impact on the map so far, but what a time to arrive just when they need him. It's Carrigan to find double digits for FaZe. He's the only player that survives, and it seemed like Exist had done enough there, but no.
4 kills for Carrigan in that round. He has 11 total. He only had 7 going into that round. What a time to step up.
Unbelievable.
That was all but done. And don't you dare give a team like FaZe a chance, because they've got so much potential. Even though they're on 15, this could still go to overtime as soon as you give them a chance.
An epic grand final. Reds could have done it for his team, but Carrigan denies everything.
GetRed looks stunned.
Yeah, well, they thought that was it. Of all the players in a 3 versus 1 map, Carrigan to pick it up. And we'll get into the next round. Money still available for an NiP, but FaZe have started their mission to force overtime here. I can't see it happening, but they're certainly capable. UMP for Olof, Galil for Rain. It's a difficult buy across the board for the FaZe clan. Guardian of no helmet, no nades at all. Do they have what it takes to close this one out and get to overtime?
Gun still available for NiP, obviously. Had so many rounds in a row. The first gun round, by the way, as we continue to bring that storyline up for FaZe, and it comes down to a 1 versus 3 heroics. Rez continuing to get aggressive. He always does, and he's boosted up behind the smoke. Can't land shots, but takes massive damage into Rain. Guardian has also suffered the same fate. A missed throw. Exist as Forrest gets the nade of the Guardian. 1 down already. NiQo's tagged. He still finds the kill in return.
Through the door, of course. We do have a chance, though. Rain down to 30 HP. Similar story for NiQo. Draken holds strong towards B. It's Olof Meister waiting for any sort of aggression. They still have a minute to work with here. Exist, assertive as ever, does push in towards A main, looking to get 1 kill. It's a 1 and done position as they fall back towards the mid warehouse.
But as time ticks away, 1 and dones become more exciting to the chances of NiP. Especially with the HP as it is for FaZe. Late boost for NiQo. Exist has support as well. Draken gets Olof down to just 2 low HP players, and Exist is getting aggressive. Carrigan might have to be the hero again this time. Reverse boost. When of the last time you've seen this is Rez strikes. Carrigan down. It's just 34 and 18 HP for Rain and NiQo. And inside of every dark cloud comes Rain, but inside of that comes Rez. He takes down Rain behind the smoke, and GetRight closes it. A best of 5 against the best in the world. And NiP go back-to-back in Oakland.
Unbelievable, what a storyline that is. A best of 5 against FaZe. There's not many teams in the world that can even come close to beating them. It took all 5 maps as a grueling affair, and Exist, the in-game leader, is the one that steps up to find them the championship.
And Rez is an absolute legend. Welcome to the big stage. Welcome to victory for this new NiP roster. And interestingly, Henry, if you remember last year when we commentated the grand finals, I mistakenly said NiP Oakland 2017 champions. Someone find that clip. Little did I know I'd been to the future. Who would have thought? And they get their name in the Grand Slam now as well. FaZe, a hard-fought battle, but an incredible performance from the Ninjas. On this stage last year, on this stage again, with Threat on board, and this man to carry them, NiP! Story. NiP defend their Oakland title, and FaZe fall in 5. The Swedes have done it. A step towards their former glory with new bloods in the roster. Exist heroics on the final map. Deserves to be lifting that trophy. Not many people could beat FaZe in a best of 5.
Absolutely remarkable, Alex. The fact that this team, with the backbone veteran structure, Forrest, GetRight, Exist, adding in 2 young players, Rez and Drake and getting it done.
OJ is on the stage with your Oakland champions. Oracle Arena, give them another warm welcome. They've done it. NiP are your champions.
That was emotionally draining to watch. What was it like to play in?
Roller coaster. I don't know. It's mixed feelings. Everything coming. I'm speechless. Nothing more to say. I mean, Oakland seems to bring us a lot of good memories, a lot of power, and it seems to be one of those few places in the world that actually gives a lot of power in general and actually make us just come through every time. And I just want to say thanks to all fans who come here every year to support us. It means a lot to me and to the whole team of NiP. Love you guys.
Because this is a new team you put together, and you said beforehand when you walked out to the stage, and not many people were giving you much of a hope of taking this trophy back with you. You said go big or go home. You went massive, and you get to go home with the trophy.
Yeah, I don't even know what question that was, but yes.
You were so aggressive as well. Just in that final, you had championship point. It was down to one-on-one. You were stood up, hands in the air, and then Carrigan picks off 4 people to take it to another round. What were you going through at that moment?
It's okay, he can win a one-on-egg situation, doesn't matter. We're not gonna stop before we win the final.
Forrest behind us, as he was picking up the trophy, said, this isn't just Oakland, this is a revolution. Where are the Ninjas in Pajamas after winning this, after retaining this trophy?
Back to more practice. We have blast in a few days, and just back to even more hard work. I mean, our journey has just started with Jens and everything behind us. We're just happy to have everything working at the moment. We just don't want to get too cocky too easily, that's the thing. We're just super happy with this, and we have to just go from here, nothing else.
How does it feel to be called the IEM Champions 2017?
I mean, we were last year, so I mean...
Well, man, put your hands together. They are deserved winners. They have retained their title. Get right. And the Ninjas in Pajamas.
The GoDaddy post-match breakdown.
The crowd loved it, the players certainly loved it. You got to hear from Get Right there. The Ninjas in Pajamas, your Oakland 2017 champions, and did so in blistering fashion with terrifying opponents. This was a story, I like the use of the word revolution from Forrest. We'll wait and see if that practice Get Right's talking about continues to bear fruit. Yanko, Chad, join.
I think you can see it in the way they approach the game now. You know, it's a completely different approach. They used to play scared at times, right, when things were really close, and now you can see that it's not just about this one tournament. In this era where there's so many competitive teams, any team can come and win one tournament, but the way NiP played really gives you hope that in the future, with this different approach, they can be a contender at future tournaments as well.
NiP returning to taking the world on in Counter-Strike. They fell from grace, but they do return, and they return in full force.
I love the emotion we see on Garo there, that, you know, this is what this one's all about. This is it. This trophy to them means the world, and if it does spur on the revolution that, you know, Forrest could be talking about, it's exciting times. This is a Counter-Strike team that have built a legacy previously. If they can come back and they can show with these 2 new young players, Rez and Drake, and that they're forced to be reckoned with once more, that's such a turnaround.
And it's the new players that are worth discussing as well. Rez and Draken, the pair, have managed to enter a roster which no one even thought would ever make a roster change. We thought they were locked in for the highs and the lows, but they do, and they look reinvigorated and they look different. They look like they could get back to where the old roster stood.
That spark's there, right? You look at Rez as this player who's just been super aggressive and confident from the get-go of a best-of-5 grand final versus FaZe. Anybody else's legs would be trembling, Alex, and this kid, he's taken it with a stride of confidence and gone round after round, map after map. He's had impact throughout, and this kid, to me, that's a breakout for him, a huge victory.
Yanko, we talked about it before. not only is he having big cojones on his plays, not only is he playing like he is at home, but he's on a grand final stage and he's versus those 5 individuals of the FaZe Clan roster.
Have you seen that second half? I feel like second half on Cash, he was always behind FaZe, like push B or push Squeaky or push Summer, you know, like to do that after losing Pistol and to realize that this is the way you have to play against FaZe, no matter what, really speaks volumes. He wasn't just getting kills, it was the manner in which he was playing so aggressive. He was definitely the difference maker for this team.
And to bounce back after that first half where he was neutralized, right? They knew he was going to do that work through Squeaky. Nico took him down time and time again. He couldn't get anything done. He had no impact. The man who had impact was Exist. And he, throughout the series, sure, he didn't have a lot of impact, but he showed up when it mattered.
Yeah, he chose to exist at just the right moment in time on Cash.
And, you know, you hate to say it, but this was actually a time where, you know, Kerrigan's stats really did matter. He had a lot of blunders towards that A bomb site in the first half. It felt like FaZe should have had a much stronger first half, probably in the double digits in their favor, you know, and it was mostly against Exist. You know, when you look at the duels between the two, a couple of rounds, Exist even has red health around 10 HP, and he still wins the duel against Kerrigan. So that those were the swing frags, right? That's where they get entrance into the bomb site, they can plant the bomb, they can set up. Otherwise, if Kerrigan gets that kill, that probably buys enough time for the rest of the team to rotate in. NiP might not even get to plant the bomb.
And what does this mean for the FaZe era, the FaZe dominance that has taken Counter-Strike by storm?
I think they will be a little bit shaken after this loss, right? They've come in with a super strong map pool. Cobblestone was a risk. They could have left Nuke, which they would have had more confidence in. They could be kicking themselves about that. But in terms of, you know, the bigger picture, they're still one of the best teams in the world, right? We saw the firepower throughout this whole series, the Deagles, the highlights, the clutches, the retakes, everything. These guys are still a force to be reckoned with. This is just an NiP who's looking reinvigorated.
And I can't help but say that after a game like that, after finals back-to-back, Epicenter, then IEM Oakland 2017, best of 5 finals, all the way, some old names delivering, which we didn't anticipate. We saw FaZe Pro, now Ninjas in Pajamas. I can't help but feel that this is just getting us all the more excited for the next year of Counter-Strike.
Absolutely, you know, you can just tell how competitive it is at the moment. NiP, who won this tournament in amazing fashion, beating, you know, multiple, like FaZe and SK are the #1 and #2 team in the world. NiP beat both of them to lift the trophy, right? And they didn't manage to even get to the minor playing online. So it's just a matter of, you know, finding a way to be consistent in this highly competitive era.
It's terrifying, it truly is. And FaZe, another reason to be dismayed as fans and players alike, is this was a chance for another notch in the Intel Grand Slam belt. They are not going to be taking a second.
And now we have a 4th team in the running, Alex, which is insane. Another team who has a chance to potentially pick up that cool million. Winning 4 out of 10, it's looking more difficult every time we have a big tournament. It's insane.
Yeah, consistency is key for sure, but when you have every team rising and rising through the ranks, this is just going to get more and more competitive, and that Intel Grand Slam is even further out of reach now for FaZe Clan. They will not get the second out of the necessary 4 for the $1 million prize that the Intel Grand Slam does give. I think we have to start wrapping this one up, guys. IEM Oakland 2017. I mean, a moment of reflection. Not only did we have our fantastic time here at the Oracle Arena, we had that group stage at the Intel Esports Arena. We've had a real, I mean, this has been a week of fantastic Counter-Strike, and that goes without saying, Yanko.
Definitely, and, you know, looking at how it ended with NiP lifting the trophy, something I don't think anyone expected. It just gives you an extra great storyline. It really does seem that Oakland for them is, you know, where all the magic happens, so to speak.
NiP magic. Yeah, you're right. I mean, if we reflect all the way back, it will be brief, but Astralis, G2, SK Gaming, none of these names stood on that stage in the way NiP did.
No way. And the fact of the matter is these guys looked strong from the beginning. Sure, the caveat's always going to be there of that victory over Astralis on Overpass with Zonic as the stand-in. But you take that out of the equation, these guys have played the best Counter-Strike we've seen out of any team at this event, and it's been not the old NiP style that was heavy reliant on executes. They played really good, fundamentally sound, and they had a broad reach and broad strokes in the way that they approached the game.
It's been an absolute blast for sure, and there's so much more Counter-Strike on the way in the calendar. This is just another, as Yanko put it, a fantastic story to add to the chapter of what seems to be Counter-Strike 2017. We have got so much to look forward to as we head further and further forward. The Intel Extreme Masters Tour comes to a close for now in Oakland. There's plenty more where that came from, and we have our champions. NiP have done it. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you so much, Yanko, Chad, and everyone that's involved, all those button pushers and everybody that's doing everything they can to make this event happen. Thank you so much for joining us online or offline, and we'll be back with more very soon.